Right. Okay. Let's give this a go. Hey. Do do. Do do. Right, I don't think anyone is actually watching it, so I'm just talking to myself, which is okay. I'm completely fine with that. I have no problems with that. I don't know if anyone is watching. This is the first time I've ever done a stream. This is the first time I've ever pushed record on a camera and started just talking live. So, with that in mind, if there is anyone out there watching, which I doubt there is, this is the second channel, but oh well, cheers to you. And cheers to new experiences. Like I say, I don't know if anyone is watching, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. I suppose that just means, what do I do? What do I do with myself? How do I go about doing something with this? If there's no one watching. I play a game, I guess. I'm not really a gamer. Yeah, not done gaming before. I mean, I've played games before. Maybe I'll tweet it. Maybe I'll tweet that out. Let's do that. And here we go. How about that? That'll get people. That'll get the people going. 2 whole views, exactly. And someone in the chat, more excitingly. Hi. Welcome to my first ever stream. Thank you for being my first ever comment on my first ever stream. Cheers to you. Cheers to that. This is huge. This is much bigger than I anticipated it would be. I don't really know what to do. I've had this sort of sense for a while that I want to do a stream, but I've not really known what I'm going to stream about or what I'm going to do. So any suggestions are more than welcome. Once again, this is the second channel, so I don't anticipate a lot of people will jump on right now. Also, I'm very aware that Liverpool and Man United are playing each other right now, but I don't like either of those teams, so I'm not watching that game. Because, although I am keeping an eye on the result. I am doing that. Let's drop this into Discord. That'll get people coming. There we go, and now we've got Cookie on board. Hi, Cookie. For everyone who doesn't know, Cookie is a fantastic YouTuber, but he's also given me lots of advice on what I should do streaming. So the fact that I'm here talking and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, that's Cookie's fault. So you can blame him for that. And Boomerang TKO is here. Oh, now we're partying. Adele, you're a Liverpool fan. Well, as you know, Adele, I'm sure I'm a Spurs fan, so I'm happy with the result today. And if Liverpool lose today, then Spurs go above Liverpool. So, and not that I'm wishing you lose, because that would be wishing Man United to win, and I don't think that's physically possible. But Creams is here. Felix, hello. Sherman Music, hello to you as well. So, hi everyone. This is my if people are wondering why all of a sudden I've decided I want to stream, it's because I'm trying to do this thing in 2021 where I do something I haven't done before every week. Just one thing I haven't done before. So last week I started doing some things which I'm going to put a video out on, and this week, streaming. This is the thing I've never done before, so don't know if this is going to become a permanent feature, something I do in future, but I've seen other people do it. It looked fun, and I thought it was a good excuse to drink on camera. I very rarely do that, so got a gin and tonic. Sunday. How's everyone doing? Everyone having a good weekend? Everyone having a good time? Anyone have any suggestions for what I should be doing? Because like I say, I don't really know. Yeah. No, Boomerang. I don't have any plans for this stream. I just realised that it got to Sunday and I hadn't done my thing I'd never done before. So I thought, well, I'm vaguely interested in streaming, so I'll just go live with no plan, with no intention, and see how that goes, because it kind of be an interesting experience. I thought worst case scenario, I'll just stop the stream. Cream says, why not do it on the main channel? Because I'm shy. Because I knew that because this was my first time, it was going to be a bit crap. So I thought I'd get the feelers out there, have some of my core audience, my the people that like me enough to be subscribed to the second channel. You guys are probably going to be kindest to me. So that's what I was thinking. Cookie says to just chat crap. Yep, I will do. I think that's my plan. Felix Johnston, what's your plan with the main channel right now? Good question. I wasn't sure what I should be doing this year. I really enjoyed doing the vlogs at the tail end of last year, but I also noticed that I wasn't doing any of my bigger, more scripted videos, which I enjoy doing. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the right balance of that at the moment. I've got a couple of videos in the pipeline which should be coming out soon. I'm currently doing 2 30-day challenges in a row at the moment. But I don't know, should I, do people want to see more vlogs, or, because not a lot has changed here in the UK, we're still in lockdown, so I'm not sure how many more cups of coffee I can make on camera. Lemony, hi John, you bored as well then? Yes. Yeah, no, it's been a good weekend, but yeah, a little bored, but I've got some good chat going on. Boomerang, let's watch the football, John. Would be fun for you. See some actual good football for once. Which team do you support of those two, Boomerang? Aren't you from Lincolnshire? So surely you don't support Man United or Liverpool, do you? Surely not. Cookie, what's the next video? There's 3 potential options for that. One of them is I got a new GoPro, which is what I'm streaming on, and I thought I might just do a regular vlog, but on the GoPro, so it's sort of a review, but not a proper review. I got one which is a bit of a rant, but like an upbeat rant, and I got one which is a 24-hour challenge, 24. But I need Charlie to help me with that one, so I need to see when she's best free to help with that one. You don't support either. I support the best team in the Premier League, of course. You support Sheffield, don't you? Didn't we just beat you? Like, this afternoon? Could try 30 days meditation and mindfulness. Sandy, that's very interesting that you say that. As of the 1st of January, that is exactly what I've been doing. I've been doing 30 days meditation. So I am on day 17. So far, I'm actually really enjoying it. There's been a few days where I found it quite tough, but that's the video I'm doing at the moment, is 30 days meditation. We would have won last season. Well, you nearly did. You nearly did the double over us last season. You beat us 3-1 at home, and then you nearly beat us at the Spurs Stadium. So, but this year, we just beat you 3-1, so. Hadley, greetings, welcome to the first ever live stream. I don't know what people are making of this. It's just sort of me chatting crap. Not a lot of plans for it, but yeah. Have you tried the Wim Hof breathing technique? Yes, I have, Felix. I did that on one of the days. It was very weird. Have you tried it? Because basically it's sort of breathing and then holding your breath and then breathing and then holding your breath. And I recorded it, and at one point I hold my breath for 2 minutes. And the only reason that after 2 minutes I took a breath in was because I thought this isn't normal. I should take a breath. It wasn't because I was gasping for air. So the Wim Hof breathing technique is a bizarre one. What was your experience with it? Did you? It's weird. Creams, are you going to do any more diet/exercise challenges? I don't know. The 100 days exercise was a good video, and I've continued to exercise since, and I've continued to lose weight since. But I don't know if I'm going to retouch upon it, because I don't know if I feel like there is actually anything I want to add into my life at this point in time in terms of diet and exercise, because I don't want to add anything extreme. I only want to add things into my life which I think are going to sort of benefit in the long term. So I'm not sure about that one. Hadley, you should stream more. Thank you. So far so good. I mean, that's good to know. I don't even know how long I've been streaming. I'm looking at the sort of live streaming setup here, and I've got no idea what I'm looking at. So I'm really out of my depth here. Have you ever done a video about Spurs? No. I haven't. I've mentioned Spurs and Saracens in streams in videos in the past, and people just say, "Oh well, I hate Saracens," or "I hate Spurs, and therefore I hate you." So it never seems to be a positive thing. I get a few Spurs fans, write coys in the comments, but otherwise, I don't know. Should I do a video about Tottenham? I could do a video about why I support Tottenham, I guess. Felix, I was halfway through and then I had to do something, so I stopped. It was really cool. I'm gonna try it again and do the whole thing. Yeah, so you're talking about the Wim Hof. Yeah. I've only done the breathing exercise once, and the reason I've only done it once is because I laid on the floor when I did it, and I don't know. Apparently, I can't lie on the floor and breathe properly, because when the exercise had finished, my neck was incredibly stiff, and it was stiff for 2 whole days afterwards. So yeah. I think I will do it more. Tuzel, you should stream less. Well, Tuzel, quite frankly, I'm glad that you don't stream. So, yeah. You should not collab with Tuzel. I've collabed with Tuzel a few times, and each time was an incredibly stressful experience, because every time I ask Tuzel to send me like a 30-second clip, he'll send me like a 5-minute video essay, which I feel too mean to not put into the main video, but I really don't want to put it in there. No alcohol for a certain number of days, no sugar for a certain number of days. I did dry January, last January, not for a video. And the reason I've not made a video about it is because I just found it incredibly easy. I know in the videos I make out like I drink a lot of beer, but I really don't drink that much at all. So it's not. I think it would be quite a dull video, because I'd have to play up that I was really craving something, and I don't want to add any fake. I don't want to add anything fake into there, so I tend not to do that. How come you're streaming on this channel and not your main channel? You'd have more viewers. I think that's why. Because I've never streamed before, and I wanted the first stream ever to be sort of gentle. So I also thought that this channel was like people who are subscribed to my second channel tend to be kinder. So I just thought I would come here. Creams, hey John, why don't you include Imperial American measurements in your videos? I did kilograms in the last one. Or do you not use kilograms? No, that's not imperial. But I used stone and pounds, so I mean you can do the calculation to figure it out in pounds. I don't know. Sorry. Adele, you should definitely stream more. This is like a chat with mate. I think that's what I was going for. So to let you in behind the scenes, I've got an idea for next month, which would involve quite a lot of streaming for a video. So this was basically me just trying to get used to the equipment and all sorts. I've downloaded OBS to do this, and I found that such a daunting experience that that I thought I'm just going to have to test it out and learn by doing. So that's another reason why I'm streaming today. Will you do more welly wanging vids if we ever get out of lockdown? Who would you like to love and go wang with? I mean, I'm definitely going to do more welly wanging videos. In fact, I think I might do a welly wanging video with Charlie soon, because I think it'd be nice, even in lockdown, to still get a welly wanging video out there. I don't know. Does that sound? Would people like to see me do a welly wanging video with Charlie? If so, I don't know. Put something in the chat that says yes. I would love to do way more welly wanging. What I really enjoyed last year was just how it helped me meet new people. Particularly, obviously, it was nice to finally meet Jack after the shout out he gave me, but particularly Cookie, who was in the chat earlier. Me and him have been talking for like 2 years, so to finally meet someone. So I will definitely do more welly wanging. Who would I like to do it with? I mean, my dream welly wanging competitor would be Louis Theroux. That would be my dream one. As for who I would realistically YouTube-wise get in there, I don't know. Well, me and Alfie Indra are in chats to potentially Welly Wang. So Alfie Indra will definitely be coming up. I mean, is there any YouTubers that you think I should be calling out? Because I could make a video calling someone out, because that seems to be the best way to get their attention. What happened to the regular daily uploads on the main channel? Well, I touched upon this earlier, so I wasn't sure if I was going to start this year vlogging, or if I was going to start it by doing more scripted content. I want to do more vlogs, because the great thing about vlogs is no matter how unmotivated you are, once you start making them, I always feel motivated to carry on making them. And I start each day just with like turning the camera on and filming something, and then the rest of it sort of seems to naturally follow. So I really like the vlogging. But because we're still in lockdown, and because, you know, I can't just keep, you know, trying to apply life lessons to making cups of coffee, I just wondered if starting this year doing the vlogs would just feel like you were watching the same videos you were watching at the end of last year. So they will come back, definitely, and they might even come back during lockdown, but that's the reason why I haven't done any yet. But they will definitely come back. 100 days not doing a challenge. I mean, that's what my life was like before last year, so I've got like quite a lot of experience doing that, so I think I could do that. Pounds, yeah, so creams, yeah, stone and pounds, that I did that. Stone isn't imperial, is it? Because a stone is £14, so you just got to do if you need it in purely pounds, you just got to do the calculation to figure that out. Gemma, how are you doing? Yeah, how am I doing during lockdown? There's not a lot going on, really, to be honest with you. I'm just here with Charlie in her parents' house. Her parents aren't here, they're in France because they have a holiday business out there, which is obviously not doing very well at the moment. So it's just been 3 weeks of just the two of us, which has been nice actually, but we've not done an awful lot, to be honest with you. I spent quite a lot of that time working on that 100-day video, because I recorded every day of the 100 days, so I had about 10 hours at least of footage to try and shift through to make that video. So I spent a lot of time on that, but otherwise lockdown's been good. So there is love for Welly Wanging with Charlie. Good. I will. Okay, right. That can happen. Boomerang, you're gonna welly wang with me, aren't you? You're gonna welly wang with me. Are you in Lincoln? Have I got that right, or is it Leicester? I always get confused. Am I doxing you on my stream? It doesn't matter. Nick, when is 30 days vegan going to be done? I was going to do it in January because of Veganuary, but it will be done this year, almost certainly. Charlie and I have managed to go. Like I would say, our diet at the moment is 60-70% vegetarian, so I don't think it's the thing that's going to be hard. Is I replaced a lot of the protein with egg, because I'm not a big lover of, you know, natural sources of protein like lentils and beans, so it's going to take a bit of training for that one. I do think it will happen, but I don't know, I haven't sort of psyched myself up enough for it yet. What job did you do before YouTube, and do you have another job as well? I've had loads of jobs. My last job before YouTube was I was working for a mental health charity this time last year. Before that, I've worked all over the place. Me and Charlie lived in Australia for a bit, and I was working for a conferencing company. Before that, I worked for a newspaper for a few years on the commercial team. I worked in on development projects in developing countries before. It's been all over the place. So, jobs have been vast and varied. 30 days no solid foods challenge. There is absolutely no reason why that should be a challenge. Why would that be a challenge? That just seems unless you're saying 30 days just beer. That would be interesting. Could I survive on just beer? Presumably you could, because there'd be enough calories in it to keep you alive. I'm glad you don't mind, Boomerang, because I'm sorry for just doxing you. Apologies. The 100-day challenge was worth the wait. Could see the effort you put into it. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I genuinely, that reaction at the end when I said about being thrilled when I saw the side by side, that was genuine, because when you're doing the challenge, you feel like you're getting fitter, but at the same time, the exercise continues to feel hard. So when I got to the end of the challenge, I wasn't convinced. I could see the numbers going down on the scales, but your mind does tricks on you and it tells you it's not coming off anywhere else. So to see the side by side, I was genuinely really thrilled with that. So thank you. I appreciate that. Felix, are you interested in doing any commentary videos? You said you're a fan of Jack, mate, when he shouted you out, and he does mostly commentary videos. I don't think so. I've dabbled with commentary videos in the past. I used to do sort of quite meta commentary videos where I would do sort of a parody of a commentary channel, but I've personally just lost interest in when it comes to YouTube drama and YouTube beef and calling out other YouTubers. Personally, I don't care that much, but when Jack does things like the Love Island stuff, I think that sort of commentary I could see myself doing. I don't have any plans for it at the moment, but I could see myself doing that. I've quite enjoyed doing the vlogs and the 100-day challenges and the 30-day challenges, because they sort of involve more filmmakery elements, and I've really enjoyed trying to improve in that area. So, but I could see myself doing more commentary videos maybe in the future. I don't know. Unfortunately, in terms of YouTubers and YouTube drama, I'm not sure I've got the passion to pull that off. But you know, there's plenty of really good commentary channels out there that you can watch. I've got a good friend, Craig Beckett. He's a very good commentary channel. I can find some others I'm sure that I could recommend, but I'm not for me, I'm afraid. Have you maintained your weight loss, and do you exercise more frequently since finishing? Yeah, so I have. I've lost a few more pounds since then. I had a brief period off after Christmas, but then I got back to exercising 5 days a week, which feels like a break now. After doing 100 days, 5 days a week feels quite light. And also, I found that I really wanted to do the exercise again. That was the main thing, I think, with breaking the habit, was that I then wanted to exercise more. So, yeah, I've lost weight and I'm continuing to exercise, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from the challenge. I had a video I thought was a good idea, but I don't have the time to do it. It's 1 kg bicep curls, one hand until failure. I have no idea how long it would take. I've no idea either. I could potentially do that. I could do that. I will see how many I can do in a certain period of time, and then I'll try and figure out if it would be an interesting thing to film or not. That could be good. I'm going to be honest, I can't imagine the boy John doing a proper long commentary video like a content nuke. I don't know, Boomerang. We were going to do one where we took you down a couple of years ago. So for anyone who doesn't know who Boomerang is in the chat, Boomerang was the first YouTuber to ever give me a shout out. When I had, I'm probably about 100 subscribers, and he had, I don't know, how many did you have, Boomerang? Do you reckon 500? Something like that? But he was the first person to ever give me a shout out. So I got a lot of time for this guy, if anyone in the chat is unfamiliar with him. Gemma, I think John seems too nice for commentary videos. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've got a nasty side. That I just need to unleash to try and get into the right mindset to do commentary videos. Creams, do you think that if you were to make commentary videos, then even more of Jack's audience would have boosted you? Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Because when Jack shouted me out, it was because of my he. So basically, he tweeted about my video about cans that isn't about cans, and then he shouted out my video, which was 30 days no phone challenge. So they weren't commentary videos. So when he shouted me out, I think, I think if I'd have done commentary, or maybe a bit like Just Ed, he does fantastic content which is very similar in terms of style to Jack's. I think he's got his own unique voice, but it talks about things like Love Island and what have you, or dating shows. So maybe I would have got a better interaction from them there. But having said that, I think that it was a bit of a filtering process with Jack, because he shouted me out. I got a load of people come over, which was lovely. It was so nice of so many people to give me a chance, and then a few of them filtered off because it wasn't quite the right content. But the ones that have stayed seem to be really invested in it. So, maybe more of them would have stuck around, but I'm not entirely sure. Boomerang, if you were gonna make a content nuke on someone, who would it be? It would be either yourself or Tuzel, probably. Probably Tuzel, but probably you as well. Did you study film or media? Where did you get your skills and style from? Now that is a good question, because I kind of did. So I went to university and I studied film and television production. But when I was there, I decided to not get involved in any technical roles. So I didn't do any camera roles. I didn't do any recording roles. I didn't even really I did a bit of directing, but I mostly did like producing roles. And then I didn't learn. I learned like the technical terms for things, but I didn't learn anything sort of technical there. That was my own mistake for not taking on the right roles. So then I left uni, and then I worked in a newspaper for a few years, and then I worked for charities for a few years, and then I worked in Australia, and I worked a couple of ski seasons. So I completely forgot about sort of the filmmaking side of things. And then I was really late to the YouTube party, and then I discovered YouTube, and I taught myself a lot of the things by watching YouTube, and getting ideas from there. But technically I did do a degree in film and television production, so but I don't think I learned enough from it. Regarding bicep curls video, I think it would do quite well because it's similar to Mr. Beast style videos, and the thumbnail, you'd be looking really tired and write 17 hours with a curl in hand. I think you're onto something there in terms of thinking about what Mr. Beast would do. I have had that thoughts with a couple of things. And I've got an idea for next month, which is sort of a Mr. Beast style video. I think actually the way that Mr. Beast does things is he thinks about making sure people click before anything else. That's the priority number one for him. It's not so much the priority for me. I do care how many people watch, but I want to make... it's not... I don't care as much as I think Mr. Beast does. I think I need to learn a bit more about that side of things, because I think I probably should care a bit more about it. But I've got some ideas for next month, which have a Mr. Beast approach to it. I think when Jack promotes people, he looks for people who are a bit more unique. I've never really seen content like Robbie Knox's, for example. Well, that's a fantastic example. If you look at Robbie Knox, I actually cannot think of anyone else who is even remotely like Robbie Knox. He has got his fantastic sort of unique brand of video, and it's completely incomparable to anyone else. I think that's a great example. I know he shouted out Cookie, who has disappeared, but he shouted him out in a live stream, and he shouted out myself. So yeah, he doesn't tend to go for commentary channels so much. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's probably just because that's not what he watches. Probably. Loving the recent video, mate. Really interesting and relatable. Yeah, the 100-day one was a... I think it was something that everyone can relate to in terms of they know that they should probably exercise more, but that it's also not easy. And I've said this before. If I don't actually have a target, I don't do the work. So if I don't say I'm going to do something for 30 days or for 100 days, I would make an excuse on day 6 why I couldn't do it that day. So that's why I set myself that challenge. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Joe. Adele, I came from Jack's channel, but I stayed for your content. Thank you very much, Adele. Out of curiosity, if you watch me and Jack, what other... Does anyone watch anyone else that's like me, or anyone else that's like Jack? I don't know. Starting my own 30-day exercise challenge tomorrow. Lily, you have to let me know how that goes, because I'm fascinated by that. I'm so thrilled. I've got lots of messages from people who are making their own 30-day board. So I got this one. I don't know if you can see that there. And then I got this one. So people are really giving it some. So yeah, no, I'm so thrilled to hear that people are interested in doing their own challenges. So please let me know how that goes. Do you plan on filming more welly wanging after lockdown? Yes, Robert. I do. In fact, I would just like to figure out who I should be facing next. I need some worthy competitors, because I've already beaten Robbie Knox a couple of times. I beat Max Fosh, did lose to Jack, obviously, and Cookie beat me as well. So I need some new competitors in there. So if you have anyone in mind that you'd like to see me wellywang with, then yeah. I did say this before as well, but Alfie Indra has said that he wants to do a wellywang. So I assume that once lockdown ends, we'll be getting that organised. Whenever that might be, probably March. I came from Jack and I've watched every video since. Bloody hell, that's commitment. Thank you, Felix. Because I do appreciate that. My content is quite different from Jack, so that's, for that to be the leap and then to watch everything, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. I also came from Jack's channel, but I can't think of anyone else I watch who makes similar content to you, to be honest. I just really enjoy how open and honest you are. And your style. Thank you. That's one of the things I try to do with my videos, so it's really nice to hear you say that. I try to be honest. So when I do my challenges, I don't want to come away and say I didn't use my phone for 30 days and it changed my life, because that wouldn't be sincere or honest. So I do try and keep that in there, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I'd like to see you walk with Robbie. Well, we did do a walk on his channel. It was actually, here's a little inside fact for you, I was the first ever guest on Robbie's walking series. But I was the second video because obviously it gets more views to start with Jack. Start with Jack, start strong. But yeah, I was the first person to ever do a walking with Robbie video. So when you watch that, just know that we were the pioneers of that series. I feel like Danny Rauner probably has a huge welly wag. I reckon Danny... I mean, have you seen Danny's arms? He definitely lifts. So, yeah, I think he would destroy me. But, I also think he might be confused about what's actually going on and do something completely else. So I'll use that to my advantage. Opinions on UK politics. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? I'll wait till I've had another gin, and then I'll go from there. Robbie's live cooking series was really good and popular, but he stopped it. I am a foodie. Yeah, I do enjoy cooking a lot. So yeah, maybe I could just pioneer Robbie's series. Maybe I could invite him on to be the first guest and not let him know what I'm doing. But yeah, that was really good, wasn't it, when he used to do live streaming with guests and cooking. It's a shame what lockdown has taken away from us. My favourite video you've done is a video about cans that isn't about cans. It's a video that actually gone back to a few times. I think it's a lovely message. Thank you very much, Kat. That's actually the video I am proudest of, because I've been sitting on that analogy for a few years because I wasn't sure it was... when you come up with something yourself, you're not sure if the analogy is any good or not. So, but then there was just a few things that were going on at that period of time that made me think I need to get this message out there, and it was a bit of a change of pace for me because every video up until then had been overtly a comedy video. So that sort of marked a change in this channel. So I'm really glad you like that one. It's the one that I'm probably the proudest of. So thank you very much. I find some YouTubers from others shouting them out, like you from Jack, then Very Blurry from you. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you went and checked Very Blurry out after we made that video together, because he is very talented, actually. He deserves way more attention than he gets, because he out of I speak to a lot of small YouTubers behind the scenes, and out of all of them, he's probably the most artistic filmmaker with the clearest vision of what he wants to do. So he will make it making videos and film. I don't know if it'll be as a YouTuber or not, but he will definitely make it. So I'm glad you like him. My opinion on UK politics is that I wish I lived in Australia. What I'll say, Boomerang, is when I was living in Australia, it was a lot more straightforward. So grow your own life. Hello, how you doing, mate? Good to see you here. Odd treasure, new treasure. Oh damn, you have already, and I've watched it. What was that in regard to? Sorry, it's taken me a while to get through these messages, so apologies. I can't remember what that was in regards to. Regarding Mr. Beast thing from earlier, does that mean you're changing your content to comply with his YouTube ethos? Not at all. Not at all, because it's not. It really isn't my priority to make sure that I get views. My priority is to make sure I make a video I like, and then think about how to get that video to get views. So not at all. I just have an idea which is sort of Mr. Beastie. That's all I meant by that. I'm not changing my approach to YouTube, which I probably should. It would probably mean I'd grow faster, but I want to grow faster making the videos I want to make, because my ethos here is that if people enjoy what I'm doing, then hopefully if I'm enjoying what I'm making, then people will enjoy watching it, hopefully, if that makes sense. I think people can tell when you make a video that you don't really want to make, so no, I don't think so. The cans analogy was absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was, like I say, I was pleased with that one. Grow your own life. You've made me take a little more care over my edits. My last 2 vids are an homage to you. I even have a close-up bootlace tie. I love to hear that. I'm going to go check those out straight after this. I love to hear that. I don't know if I have a unique filming style. I'm definitely trying to figure that out. But I love to hear that you were sort of inspired to try and film something your own way. So, no, that's good. Have you gotten to turn the game back on? What game? What game was I? What game were we talking about? Are we talking about the football game I was talking about earlier? Because I haven't checked what's going on there. It's still 0-0. Is that what we were talking about? I don't know. Exactly. I want I want to make the videos I want to make. My ethos too. Yeah, I think that's probably the most important thing. I think what people seem to forget is the reason that you want to do YouTube is because you like the idea of making what you want to make. It's not because you want a job where you have to do something you don't want to do, because if there's loads of jobs like that already. If you're only interested in the views and you're only interested in the money, there's lots of ways to get views and money. It's not the most important thing, or at least to me it's not. I appreciate that comes from quite a privileged position where I perhaps don't have to worry about money as much as some people, but so I do feel funny saying that, but I'm a little less concerned with it. So I'm more worried about making a good video. Creams, I can sort of agree with that, but doesn't that contradict wanting to have YouTube be your career? It's hard to balance the creative side and the financial side if you're a small YouTuber. No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of there's been a lot of YouTubers who just made what they wanted to make and did well. If you go back to Casey Neistat's videos, his videos, Casey Neistat is a bit of an anomaly, granted, because he came onto YouTube as a professional when everyone else was amateur. So it's maybe not a fair comparison, but if you look at his videos and if you look at his titles and if you look at his thumbnails are just stills from his video, no editing. His titles are just, I can't believe they did that, or something like that. And he doesn't have any description and he doesn't have any tags. So there is a way of doing YouTube and doing what you want to do. without worrying too much, and then hopefully reaping the rewards afterwards. Like I say, Casey Neistat is a bit of an anomaly, and I don't know if Casey Neistat coming onto YouTube now would thrive in quite the same way. But no, I don't think that necessarily contradicts. The match is dead boring. I sort of knew it would be. Neither of them can really afford to lose it, so it's going to finish 0-0 or 1-0. So that's part of the reason I'm not watching it. That, and I can't celebrate if either team win. I don't want either team to win, so a draw is probably best. Does it ever get you down if videos don't do well? Would you ever want to be a massive YouTuber in the future? It's tricky, isn't it? I think for the most part, no. For the most part, if a video doesn't do well, it's fine. On to the next one. But there are times where if you've put a lot of effort into a video and it doesn't do well, it does get you down. But sometimes you just need a bit of time away to reflect on why a video might not have done as well as you thought. When I was a smaller YouTuber, I definitely thought my videos should get more attention, and now when I look back at them, I know that they shouldn't have. You know, I can see why they didn't. They were much. I thought they were much better than they actually were. So not necessarily. You're a Liverpool fan. Grow your own life. Okay, so I mean, in theory, if you guys lose today, it'd be good for me as a Spurs fan because we'd be above you. But I don't know. I don't really want either of you to win. I don't think Casey would thrive if he came on now. People are used to vlogging full of stunts and pranks like the Paul brothers used to. Yeah, I think he probably would, because he still had a unique style and he had a unique voice. I think he probably would do well, but you know, how many subscribers he's got? I don't know. Something like 12 million. Would he get 12 million now? I'm not so sure. I disagree strongly with that because that era is kind of dead. There are so many Casey clones now that some creators who are actually better. No, I mean you're focusing too much on the Casey thing. I was using Casey as an example. There's plenty of people who make the videos that they want to make and thrive. That's all I was trying to say. I didn't actually watch YouTube until lockdown. We had just moved house and I left my job. Now, Adele, you're sort of even later to the party than me, because I didn't watch YouTube until like 4 years ago when I started my channel. So I plunged into the deep end. So I started watching like What Culture videos. Does anyone know What Culture? I started watching their videos, which is why my first video is a parody of list videos. And then before I knew it, I was watching H3 videos, and I started tumbling into like the world of YouTube drama. So it goes back to what I was saying earlier about commentary and me not really being that interested anymore. When I first got into YouTube, I was very interested. And then I sort of discovered Jack and stuff, and then I sort of discovered vloggers. It's been a roller coaster, but I was quite late to the party as well. I had a short do 31k views in 4 hours, got me 200 followers. That's incredible. I've only got one video close to that, and it's the one that Jack shouted out. So that's really good. Well done, mate. Why do you support Spurs? Nothing against them, just wondering. I grew up in North London, in Enfield. That was where I was born. They were my local team. That's why I support Spurs. Yeah. And also this applies to Casey's title thumbnail as well. People don't respond to vagueness and clickbait of the olden days. Once again, you're focusing too much on the wrong thing there. My point is I think there's still room to grow doing what you want to do. I use Casey as the extreme example. I do appreciate that times have moved on, but yeah. What Culture wrestling is alpha. See, that's what I started watching. I used to watch a lot of wrestling, and then I was watching clips ranking old wrestling, and I fell in love with it. Yeah, especially old school What Culture. So if anyone used to watch it when there was Jack the Jobber and Adam Pacitti and Adam Blompier before they all went off and made their own channel. I'm talking about back then, as well as Simon Miller. Grow your own life. It's crazy how just one crappy video can fly. Yeah, I've never had a video take off virally. I've had a video being shouted out, so I'm not complaining. But you know, I'm waiting for that day to happen. That will happen soon. Jordan, hiya, how are you? I'm very good, mate. How are you doing? Nice to see you on the chat. My bad if I misunderstand what you meant by Casey. Do you have examples of YouTubers that are sticking to their craft instead of going commercial? I think there's plenty of YouTubers that make a career out of YouTube and aren't big YouTubers. They probably do some commercial stuff. People like Jesse Driftwood. I can't think of many right now off the top of my head, but I think there's plenty of YouTubers who do what they want and have, you know, maybe a few 100,000 subscribers rather than millions, but they're making a career. That's where I'm pitching myself. That's where I want to be. Simon Miller is my favourite, and he is now a professional wrestler. You know, I had an offer to go to a wrestling school and have a proper wrestle training session. That's a little exclusive, and post-lockdown, I'm going to take that up for a video. So you may see the boy John as a wrestler in 2021. If not, definitely in 2022, because there's no way I'm passing that up. But there's a very good chance that will happen. Boomerang, half my videos that have done well are decent, half of them are complete crap. Yeah, well, your famously, your Filthy Frank video was famously the one that really blew up. And that was fantastic. And all your other videos that I've done really well, I've always thought are good. So, yeah. Many YouTubers start off because they want to be on TV. But do you see a future in TV, or will you just be based online? This is sort of embarrassing, but I don't know. I think a lot of people feel like this, so it's not unique. But I really don't know what I want to achieve in life. I don't know where I want to be in a few years' time. All I know is that I enjoy making videos now, and if I can make money making videos, that would be fantastic. I haven't pitched myself at doing TV. I have always pitched myself doing something creative. I used to be in a band. I used to do like theatre studies. I did stand-up comedy for a few years. I know I've put a few clips up online before. So I just want to just do something creative, I guess. Kind of a wanky answer. Sorry about that. But yeah, that is such a good video idea. I want to see that. Thank you. Yes, the boy John as a wrestler. I think that would be a lot of fun. I am really hoping that comes off. I'm really hoping that comes off, because it's kind of been a bit of a childhood dream of mine. I grew up watching wrestling. There was then a huge period of time where I didn't watch it, but when I was a kid, I wanted to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, basically. So the idea that I can go to a wrestling school and take some bumps and probably come out battered and bruised. Have you ever seen that Louis Theroux Weird Weekends where he goes and trains with WCW Powerhouse? That's sort of how I imagine this. Anto, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you in the chat. Welcome to my first ever stream. People in the chat will be able to let you know this is just a bit of a ramble. Yeah, the idea was that I want to do something every week that I've not done before. And this week's thing that I've not done before is streaming, so that's why this is happening. Welcome. Videos always brighten my day. Thank you very much for that. That's lovely to hear. Yeah, that's really lovely to hear. I'm glad that people enjoy what I enjoy making. That really genuinely means a lot, so thank you. Too many YouTubers play the YouTube game rather than making content with integrity. People like I'm Alex spring to mind. Literally making content for views, mind-numbingly dull, and just to make money. Yeah, I mean, I don't know I'm Alex, so I wouldn't like to pass any sort of harsh judgment. I'm sure he's also quite a lot younger than me as well, so we probably have different ways of viewing things. But yeah, I think there's two ways to go about it, and it's I wouldn't say that I have more integrity. I don't think of it that way at all. I think, you know, if you're driven to be a YouTuber and make a YouTube being your goal, because that is the goal rather than the videos, then people will do whatever it takes to get them there, and I don't have a problem with that. just for me personally, if I'm going to enjoy this long term, that's just not how I'm going to approach it. That's all. Do you have any YouTube goals for the new year? I would like to start. This is going to sound a bit. This is going to sound sort of like it goes back on what I've said, but I would like to start making maybe a part-time income from it. You know, and I'm sort of experimenting with different ways that would happen. That's sort of my goal. How do I stay motivated? Oh, I don't know. It's a weird one, that, because how do I stay motivated? I don't know. I just is it a bit of a cop out to just say to just make the best video possible? I don't know. That's all I'm ever trying to do is make the best video possible. And then as soon as that's done, I try not to dwell on it and move on to the next one. I don't know if that's a good enough answer. Just to make a good enough video. I don't know. I hope that I hope that answers. Would you do a meetup if COVID is gone? Yeah, I would. I would do a meetup once COVID's gone. I don't know if there'd be enough people interested in doing a meetup, but if there was, I'd love to. I mean, so many people on the channel. I see the same comments there on every video, and I notice when it's the same people commenting. So, yeah, I'd love to put names to faces and meet and shake hands with a lot of these people when we're allowed to meet and shake hands. So yeah, if that ever becomes a reality, that'd be fantastic. What's your biggest goal in life? Oh, nothing like the big questions for a casual Sunday stream. It's a bit of a cop out, but surely happiness is the biggest goal. I don't know. I've never been driven by money. I've had jobs in the past where I've made a lot of money and I didn't enjoy them, so I know that it wasn't about money. I think I've got quite a lot of projects, sort of in development projects I'd like to set up, which is sort of a long-term plan of mine. Happiness, I know, sorry, it's a bit of a cop-out, but it's the honest answer. I want to start a viral campaign getting people to grow wildflowers this summer. Do you want in? Save the bees. You can do it dressed as a bee. Let me know what you need me to do. I'm happy to dress up as a bee. I can do that. What started the piss off at the end of your videos? I've been watching for a while now and I have no idea how it even started. I am not sure. I went back to some of my very first videos and I said piss off at the end. I didn't say piss off at the end of all of them, but I said piss off at the end. I think it's a little bit from Charlie Brooker's old screen wipes and viral wipes where he would say, now go away at the end of his videos. I found that funny. So, and I quite like the idea. It's very juvenile, but I quite like the idea of like being quite lovely and sincere and then cutting it with the piss off at the end. And then now you guys get upset if I don't say piss off, so now it has to stay. And it catches off new viewers. I get comments every now and again saying I wasn't expecting that, which I can see. I could definitely see TV John, to be honest. You would make a good presenter. I feel like a panel show. When I was younger, when I was doing stand-up comedy, that was definitely one of my goals, was to be on a panel show. I used to watch like Mock the Week and Nevermind the Buzzcocks and things like that. And I definitely had a phase where I was like, right, if I can get onto a panel show, that'd be great. A lot of my stand-up I did wearing like t-shirt and jacket because I was like, that's what comedians do. So that was definitely a goal of mine. I also quite like the idea of being a radio presenter at one point. I used to help out my friend do a local radio show. I used to help him do the rock show every now and again, and I really enjoyed that. So I wouldn't mind doing some sort of presenting. If anyone knows anyone who has any presenting gigs going, yeah. Is it sustainable to keep going with YouTube without a job, or will you have to get a job eventually and do YouTube as a part-time side hustle? I mean, that's how it started, Felix, to be completely honest with you. The only reason I started treating it as a full-time job was because me and Charlie had saved up for years and years and years to spend last year getting married and travelling. So just before lockdown hit, we were about to get married. I quit my job, and we were literally about a month out for getting married. We were meant to get married in April, and then the whole world came to a halt and our whole plans came to a halt. So I quit my job maybe 4 weeks before lockdown came into effect. That's how quickly things change. So I then took the opportunity to do sort of side bits where I was making money and then focus on YouTube. So we got some savings now. I've got a long-term plan for how long I can do things YouTube full-time, and then how long and when I have to get a job again. I have that in mind. So it isn't sustainable to do YouTube like this without a full-time job. But I've got a lot of things in place there to make sure I can do it for the longest period of time, but also I've got boundaries to make sure that I don't sort of overstay my welcome. And if I'm not going to, make any money from it, I'm not going to make any money from it. So I've got all that in place. This must feel like an interrogation for you. Yeah, no, it's fine. I've never done a stream before. I didn't know what to expect. I'm so glad that there's people here and asking questions. It's lovely. Thank you all for coming. What is the meaning of life? What was it, 42? Yeah, 42. Are you going to start a podcast? I don't know. I have toyed with the idea. You know what I was saying earlier about enjoying doing radio? I sort of think podcasts might be a bit similar to that. And the video last year where I just sat down and chatted for half an hour, I was sort of surprised that I was able to do that. So, yeah, I mean, potentially, but it's not in the immediate future. It's not something I've got sort of planned for the next week or so. Anyone else getting a two-face thing going? Oh no, has the stream gone weird? Hang on. Let me see if I can fix that. Hang on. Let me see. No, that's not what I want. Is that still... it's going on here as well. I don't know. Hang on a second. 2 seconds, guys, whilst I try and fix this technical issue. No, right, why is that doing that? Oh, right, hang on. See, this is why, first time stream is an interesting thing, isn't it? Because, get to put things to test. Okay, right, now I've just messed it up somehow. Excuse me a moment whilst I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Because the stream seems to be frozen. Right, okay. Let's everyone sit tight. I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to start again because that feels like probably the way round. Right.